I'm going to give a little yard and garden walkthrough, first one of the year. This year I've decided that I'm really not going to mow like I have in the past. What I found last year was during the drought, it didn't rain any from like the 20th of July through to September. It was crazy. So in the orchard I had not mowed and my trees stayed watered. So I find that cutting low tends to make your yard dry out. So this year I'm just going to see what happens. After a rain, I will be coming in and cutting grass and stuff for mulch. This is cleavers, okay? You can tell because they do it's a cute little spirally thing around the stem. The stem's square and it's very sticky when you pick it up, okay? I'm encouraging these clovers to grow. They're a little bit taller than the white ones. And again, I'm trying to make sure that my bees, remember I had bees and they died. I just didn't have enough stuff in the yard to feed them. So I'm trying to make sure I get a lot of stuff in before I get more bees. More cleavers. And I'm very excited because I have cleavers climbing up the fence. I have a lot of wood sorrel / sireweed. And this is narrow leaf plantain. So that's nice. This is the tree that I've got quite a few of in here, and this turns bright pink in the summertime. It's beautiful. I did plant 3 Celeste figs, but they're going to have to be moved because I want to create a driveway, horseshoe kind of driveway here, and so I gotta think where I'm going to put those. I've got 3 over here and 1 over there. Now look at this little oak. Isn't he a pretty oak? I'm gonna have to dig him up because I think he's right in my driveway way. Now I had been determined I was going to get rid of these cherry trees, but now I'm determined I'm going to cut them down and use them as mulch over here where no grass is growing. That way we'll feed the ground, we'll create definition so that things can lean up against it and grow. I do have, this cracks me up, wisteria. It's just cutting across the yard. I have a nice little bush here. I have some azalea forsythia bushes here. And quite a few of those. They're coming back nicely since the goats are gone. Out here in front, I have a nice little row of pine trees, and then I have planted 2 of a different kind, but the arboretums right there. I've got 2 of those. I forget where the other one is. I'm trying to look if I have any horsehair, which I would love it if I did. At this stage, I don't know what that is. Let's see. Every year I come through and break off. That's a dead tree. It's going to come down, and I don't like the way it's looking at my porch. This year I'm not going to kill the pokeweed as it comes up because I did not have enough last year. And I have been achy this year. So it lasts about a year. And then you got to have more. And I didn't get any last year. So I guess it went more like 2 years. Another winded. Another little, and I don't know if it's actually alive, but this is where a forsythia bush was. Now this is one of the hollies that was eaten to death by the cows. And as you can see, more of whatever that is, and another one of the low bushes. It's got a lot of this growing. I need to take a picture and look it up. This is my other tree. And that is a little magnolia there in the middle. Let's see. This is what we in the mountains used to call curly dock. I found out online it's also known as yellow dock. Now these seeds can be ground up and used to make flour, which doesn't have any gluten in it. So yay that. I have a lot of yellow dock, and when I let it go to seed this year, I should have a lot more. Here's another one of those oaks. Now, let's see, right there. I can't see, there it is. Pretty little oak. This is privet. See how when the limbs fall, you just walk on them and break them, but they're holding the ground in place. Now if I'm mowing, that's a problem, but if I'm not mowing, it's not. And see, I've got, whoa, whatever you are, I need to look and see whether you're beneficial or not. That was kind of a pretty pattern. And up here last year, I planted 3 crap bark, and I need to come up here and cut down the grass around it. And there's the other one. Then over here we have the 3rd one. So looking good this year, ladies. The 4th one I planted back there is gone, but it wasn't looking good when I planted it. So there's that. But I'm excited to have those. I have a Victoria rhubarb up here too, but it just doesn't do good up here. Need to figure out why and move it. I'm gonna take you into the garden. It's a mess, but this time of the year, it always is a mess. The actual hard-dried burrs on these cucumber are good for something, but it's like diarrhea or something, and honestly, I don't see the need for it. So my process is this year, once it all goes to seeds, when the new ones come up, I'll just pull them out by the roots and be gone with it. Honestly, I guess this is dog fennel, but because it's not in the garden, this is seeds from morning glories. So, well, hold on a second. I may have to set you under my arm for a second. Okay, here we come in. Woo-hoo-hoo. I dug up a whole bunch of horseradish this year. And as you can see, it's back. Okay. Here are some peas growing with some Charlie. Some cabbage. They're not doing great. They've not had any much water, but the peas are looking good. About time for me to tie them off. I'm gonna tie a string to the fence here down to them so they can climb up there. It's a little trellis. And some strawberries that I didn't dig up the strawberries. I figure if they can live, let them live. Looks like I'll have a cabbage soon. Forget what I planted there. You know, I plant stuff, and then I forget it. This is a broccoli or something that went to head. My asparagus just went to fronds so fast this year. But hey, next year I'll have even more. Look at this. A tree limb. More burley dock in the garden. Once it goes to fall, I can pull these roots out and I will use them. These are blackberries, I'm pretty sure. Got to cut those down. This is where my sweet potatoes were last year. And then my corn, and it's all covered with Charlie. My goal is to plant this entire row in beans. I was going to do it today, but then I went ahead and soaked them instead. What I'll do is I'll just pull the weeds as I go, drop them down. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Honeysuckle's growing and looking great. I don't know that I ever knew what this plant was. If you'd asked me, I would have said, I think it's privet, but I don't know. Let's see if it has a smell. You can't really smell it. Now, these are either blackberries or raspberries, and I am going to cut them off. Now, that little low is boysenberries. So all these boysenberries are coming in. And then look, I have all those black raspberries, which I'm cutting them back this year. I bought some black raspberries that don't have thorns. And so I have 6 of those plants that I'm gonna plant, not in my garden. Last year, this row was my black-eyed Susans. And down here on the end, we have some coming in. Lots of seeds here. So, that's where my corn was. And there's some, what is that? Mosquito sucking my blood. Feverfew. So as soon as this blooms, I'll know exactly. I think this is feverfew, and this may be yarrow. So there's that. We'll see. Over here, let's see. I don't think you can see it. Is mullein growing out of a pot, the bottom of the pot. I was going to move the pot, but it turned out the mullein is attached to one of the exit holes of the pot. So I'm not moving it. It'll go to stock this year. And luckily seeds will go everywhere. So I want it to do that. More red maples. Now here, a few of my tomatoes have come up. This is butterballs. My agatas did not come back this year. Well, maybe one. I have one, okay? And then this one, I think, well, hello to you too. Well, hello. It's a mockingbird. I think it's gray and white. Something's been digging here. Okay, and as you can see, the raspberries are going to be half the garden if I don't do something about them this year. This is all going to be composted onto the other parts of the garden. And again, we'll see what that is. There's just, I've never really got this bottom garden worked in. I want to do a row of the marrowfat beans where I showed you where the corn was last year. And then this year down here where I planted all my melons and cucumbers last year, I'm going to plant my gigantus beans. So that's going to be the deal there. And again, I don't pull weeds until I'm ready to put something down because it dries out the earth so much if you let it be naked. So I found it's just better to pull the weeds as I go. Now look at how these onions have just completely ripped through this weed barrier cloth. Completely. Let's go down here then and look. I hate to look at this first one. This is my little, I planted a Granny Smith apple here. She's not doing great, but she's planted. I need to, just rained and she's looking kind of sad. These are my grapes. This year I'm gonna stake them up better. And this is my little, I think, I've got a yellow delicious, red, this is my red delicious, I think. And then, look at this. This is comfrey. It did come back this year. I'm just gonna let it seed and do its thing. It's real good for the orchard. This is from the wood stock of the peach tree that Carter dug in for me. And I'm just letting it go because if I ever want to have more peach trees, I can use cuttings off of this and graft it to cuttings off of that and have good ones. Now I planted some honeysuckle down here so I don't have to get up into the trees to get to it. And as you see, looks beautiful. So there's a little peach tree. Now you and I both know I should take these peaches off of it. And obviously this is going to have to be cut. But what I think I'm going to do is figure out what I'm going to do. What I need to do is train this to be my next straight up thing. You know, the main stem. Now here's another little peach tree. These are contenders. You can see something's already eaten that. I don't think they're going to last long because, like I said, I think somebody will eat them. And then here's another one, another contender. With more little peaches. Isn't it cute? And that's an apple tree over there. Let's see if it's got a name on it. This is an apple. So I've got 4 apple trees planted. One is a red delicious, one is a golden delicious, one is a Granny Smith, and one is a Stamen Winesap. That one is a Stamen Winesap. I forget which is which. I'll have to look at the old videos and see. I had 2 apricots, but as you can see, they did not come back. And this is my pear tree. It's my Bartlett pear. Nice and pretty. And Bartlett's, you have to do different ones. dark red delicious. So I'm gonna hold on to that. And this one here is my other pear tree. So what I do is I pull these up, flip them over, and then put mulch on top of it again. I've done 2 this year. I haven't done any more. I want to keep planting stuff out here though, so that we get stuff growing. That comfrey. Oh look, here's another comfrey. So 2 comfreys come back from planting last year. That is good to know. Once they get bigger, they'll definitely go a long way to helping the soil out here be good. I want to start planting things like yarrows and things out here, so you know, it'd be bug protection for the trees when they actually put on lots of fruit. Okay. Whew, that's that all we've got done. I'm gonna take you to the mini garden, which is for things close to the house. Oh look, the plantain's starting to come in. That's good, because I didn't pull any last year, and I need to make some tincture this year. Actually, I'm gonna make salve. What I did last year was I made salve, but I just put everything in the same oil, and I just don't like it as good. So I'm gonna go back this year, and I'm going to make it the way I did the first year, because I just don't have the same effect. Now, don't get me wrong, for cuts it's great, because I had a bee balm, and that is a antibiotic, so it's great for that. Oh look, this cleaver has attached to my dress. Hello cleavers, don't do that, don't die. And I'm really trying to get this clover. Now here's the thing, is this clover is killing off the grass, so I'm not gonna mow. I want my clover to have a chance to take over. Now let's see what's happening in here in my little gardens. I don't have the energy left in me to open it up, but the peas are looking good. I'll have to come out here, and that's wild lettuce. If you can see it, that's wild lettuce. Got to pull that. But you have to have gloves because it's quite prickly. I got me a cute little thing for my pea to grow up, because I figure that one might actually make it. There's no onions near it. And then we got cabbage. There's my one grape, and then red cabbage over there. Now this is after 2 days of rain, so it's looking great. And over here are my strawberries, head lettuce, onions, and garlic. I did not realize, but this is in the shade. It's about 2 o'clock, and it's shady over here, so that's not a good thing. Now if it goes ahead and gets sunny again in the afternoon, which I think it will, it'll be okay, because this garden needs 6 hours of sun a day, and the onions and the garlic actually prefer 8. So we'll see. I mean, whatever happens, it's gonna happen, you know? But that's my little garden. And after 2 days of rain, it's probably doubled. I think it's doubled in size. Looking good. Looking good. So I'm gonna let you go now. Let me do this burdock over here, because I think it's more representative of what burdock looks like and what you'll be used to. It's yellow burdock or curly burdock. Now look at my violets. Again, just letting them do their thing. They're going nuts, and I'm excited about that. And then there's a nice burdock. Go. Okay, everybody, I'm gone. Y'all have fun. This was 25 minutes, and it's about, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon. So definitely not the time of day I get outside, even when it is cool. Y'all have a great one.